The book that I told you guys about that had that bratty FMC that just gave me whiplash. So yesterday my mom continued with the series. It is worse than the first book. So book 2, in the first 20 pages, it summarizes the entirety of book 1. Like it's a whole freaking recap. Like we couldn't move forward with book 2 unless we got a whole recap of book 1. And honey, this is just the tip of the iceberg. Anytime she mentions anything, she has to go on a whole tangent of the backstory. Anything or anyone, she has to go on a whole paragraph backstory on what's going on. Say, for example, the antagonist that wants her man takes up half the page. And all of that is what we already learned in book 1 and was already mentioned in the recap of the first 20 pages in book 2. Another example, like her feelings for her man. Anytime he's even mentioned, she goes into a whole tangent. Nothing new, just stuff that we already learned in book 1 and that whole recap in book 2 that was so unnecessary. My mom says that 80% of the story is full on backstory on stuff that we already know on book 1 and that recap in book 2. Like this is how it's set up. Sentence of plot, backstory. 2 sentences of plot, backstory. I wish I was exaggerating. Also coming to find out, it's not a 4-book continuing series, it's a 6 continuing series. The ending really grinded my gears. So the villain is her bio dad and he is the source of all her problems, and so they wound up having a duel to the death, but she let him go. Now we know that ain't no villain's gonna let all of that go. Now, as the agreement of the duel, since he lost, he can't do anything to harm her. But that doesn't mean he can't send other people to do it. My mom wanted to full on scream reading this book.